How you feel?
Feel great. How about yourself?
I've been struggling a little bit. But like, sharing certain things with my lady. And you know, when you agree to like a lifelong partnership, like there's so many things that kind of come your way with that shit. But one of the things that I feel like is one of the hardest is like loving through the perceived disappointment that you get at times, and how personal you take things when in a lot of instances it has absolutely nothing to do with you. It's just them trying to be them, whatever that means to them. And sometimes that's at the expense of something that you may need. And then sometimes I feel like it forces you to wear a mask. And you don't want to hold them responsible, but at the same time, it's hard not to. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Pardon me,
yeah.
clarity is hard. You know,
Yeah.
because you don't fully know what's deep down inside someone or what will trigger that to, you know, come out to have a conversation about it. And if it comes to you, you're like, you know, how do I respond to that? How do I really work through this? Because you've never had to deal with it from this person before. So you're like, okay. You know, like you say, you put on a mask to kind of like help it ease yourself and then try to work it through. So I definitely understand.
And you being the example, brother, gave me an opportunity to share that by asking a question. How are you? I didn't know I was going to say that. You know? So thank you, man, for just even asking me how I'm doing. And I think it kind of lends itself to what we were talking about before, which is giving people what you need. And how sometimes you're going to get it back and how sometimes you're not. But like our responsibility is to, I guess, to at least put ourselves in the position to be seen or to be acknowledged in that way.
True.
And this is our second joint, bro. First one, we forgot to put my microphone on. That's mine.
But it was good food though. It was a good season.
It was good. It was good seasoning, good food. Like it was great energy, man. And this is our second sit down within the month. I have been posting some clips of moments that we shared because we did mic you up, but we forgot to mic me up. So we were like, we might as well, like I thought there was a lot of value, man, and love in a lot of what you shared. And so I wanted to post the parts of it that I could because I thought that would have been real helpful. What did you see, bro, when you saw those clips?
Man, I felt liberated. especially when I got the feedback from people who I didn't know, and also from people that I did know and that I respect, and to see that we were more alike than we were different. I was like, wow, like, so I'm not the only one that has gone through this, right? As it pertains to, parents, fatherhood or whatever. So I was really, really excited about it, and I was ready to do more. I was ready to, just talk. I couldn't wait to come back and sit down and have the conversation, right? And then just listening to myself, watching myself on television, not on television, but on screen. I'm like, wow, like I've never seen that before. Like I've seen myself on screen, but not talking and not being candid about my personal life. So, yeah. What feelings came up out of like Liberate that did you feel you saw parts of yourself that you hadn't seen before or connected to parts of yourself? Yeah, that side that my innermost friends and family know, I saw that. I saw that conversation that I had with my god sister. I saw that conversation I had with my close friends, and I received the feedback that went along with it, and it was so good to see that I was helping. Again, service, right? Because I'm not doing it for me. I'm not doing it for likes. I'm not doing it to get money. We're not doing it to get money, right? We're doing it to help one person out of however many people watch the podcast. So getting that feedback and wanting to see it, they want to see. I can't wait till that part. That's what really got me. Like, okay, they really want to hear and see, themselves actually, because I'm them. It's not.
Exactly. Yeah,
I'm no different. So just seeing that was great.
One of the things you mentioned on our first conversation was seeking your dad's validation and how there's this little boy in you, and we spent a lot of time talking about the little boy and how we seek, validation from parents and that sort of thing. Have you explored any more about those thoughts and feelings since that conversation?
With my parents, no.
With yourself?
But definitely myself.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. And I've had folks that know my parents, that watch them as well, ride past the house, see my father out on the porch the whole time and revere him. They love him to death. I do too. But to have that have the inside scoop per se, from my eyesight, it sheds a different light on it. And so, I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited to get the full story out, so they can see that it's not, I wasn't just bashing.
Yeah.
That I definitely love him and adore him and would kill rocks for my father. However, the thing that I needed, right, that I feel I needed was what I said, was just to say, man, I love you, I care about you, I see you, I'm proud. That's it. It's not a knock on him. It's just that part is what I needed. I equate that to people have children and they spend a whole lot of money on Legos and Tonka trucks and all these Barbie dolls and everything, and they sitting over there playing with a toilet tissue wrapper and a paper clip, and that's what they're consumed with that. But you got all these toys and stuff around. Yeah. And you done gave them everything that they want, that you think that they need. However, they're content with that little piece. And so I'm saying, like, I like everything that he gave me, the house, all that was great. But what I really needed that would put the icing on the cake would have been that, hey man, I love you, man, I appreciate you, I see you, keep trying, you can do it, that type of thing. It's not a knock, so.
What do you want to talk about?
I just wanted to follow up with we did with my father and the validation piece. I think I really touched on that, and that it wasn't a knock, on him or my parents or anybody's parents. They can only work from the frame of reference that they know. They do the best that they can with what they know how to do or how they were raised. And I get that part. But in talking to my truth, I would be remiss if I didn't say that, how I felt about being validated by my father. And that's it. And then I give people what I didn't get. And so it earns me a different amount of respect from folks, because it's foreign to a lot of people to be seen and acknowledged in a way where, and without any type, I don't want anything from you. I just want you to know that I see you, that I value you, you know, and I got you. If you need me, just, you know, I'm there. And that's a different type of feeling to have. If I know somebody got me, man, I don't mind going that extra mile, because you never know, just that little push may get them where they need to be. And so I try to be that when I'm dealing with folks that I care about.
Does that feel exhausting, bro?
No.
Doesn't? Because I feel, at least for me, when I have situations where so I'm going to change a word, and it might not necessarily reflect what you were saying, but this is what kind of pops up in my head when I hear it. Being seen. That's when I focus on being seen. A lot of anxiety comes from that for me, because I'm having difficulty seeing myself in some instances and accepting those parts of myself. And it's like I'm asking somebody to do something that I'm struggling to do. And if I can't do it, is it a reasonable request or expectation that they do it?
That's usually how it goes.
I know it, right? yeah.
Usually how it
Facts.
goes. I want
Facts.
you to do something that I don't, you know.
Yeah.
See me. I don't see you, but see me, please. Like,
And that's where
I don't see myself, but see me.
that's where the exhaustion comes in, I think, at least like when I'm thinking about it. Because you're saying, I want the validation, I want the acceptance, I want the acknowledgement, but these are all things that I'm struggling to give to myself.
Same. You know what I mean? It's, you know, your self-worth, but you gotta, you know, and what I do is I sit down, and which is crazy, is I weigh the pros and cons of myself.
Okay.
Like, what's good, what's bad, or what's the con, right? You know, great friend, listener, provider, nurturer, blah, 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 hustler, but procrastinator, right? You know, the health, you gotta maintain your health, eat right, you know, balance, work-life balance, you know, be intentional. Those things, you know, I give myself sometimes, and I have to give myself grace, you know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect, but, you know, I weigh the pros and cons of that, you know.
How do you do, okay, so what do you do with the cons? Let me ask you.
Try to work on them as best I can. Intentionality is something you know, like, 'cause it was crazy. My mother used to say the road to hell was paved with good intentions. Because I will have a text that I want to send you, right? And I done got the text all together. Phone ring, talk, forget the text. You call, hey bro, we were supposed to be meeting at 1. I sent you the text. Oh, I didn't send the text, man. You know, or I intended to call, but see, that's not. You have to be intentional. Let me call James. Let me call Mom. Let me call.
Yeah.
Let me check in. It has to be done about everything that I do, and I'm working on that. I'm a procrastinator. I'm a Libra, and it seems, and I fooled myself to think that I work better when I've had this thing for 30 days. I had 30 days to do it, and the 27th and a half day, now and I programmed myself to think that, man,
Yeah.
27 and a half day, man, I can get it done, and that's how I thrive. That's bullshit. No, I could have intentionally hey man, you get it on the 1st, by the 15th, let's get it done, review it, 30th, turn it in. But so I'm working on that. But procrastination for me, I'm gonna eat right, but I'm gonna eat this donut right now. Tomorrow I'll do it, and tomorrow come, oh, I'm gonna eat this steak. You know what, I'll do it Thursday. You know what, forget it. I'll wait till the end of the week, and then I'll start on Monday. And it just starts, you know what I mean? So I definitely got to be, get on top of that.
So here's something I've been thinking about, bro. And I wrote these notes down because it's something I've been thinking about. I do my little videos. Mm-hmm. And this is what I literally wrote yesterday. Have you ever stopped to think that the reason you don't have it is because you don't want it? And the reason you don't want it is because you don't believe you deserve it. Now, And that started from this idea that we literally have everything we want. For real, for real. We know how to get it when we want it.
Right.
And we got so many examples in our life
Yes.
of our ability to do that, that there's no other reason why I don't have what I don't have other than I don't want it. So the procrastination, I wanna procrastinate. It sounds weird to say, but if I didn't want to procrastinate, because like you just said, I could just do it. It's literally that simple to do it. But there's a reason why we wait 27 days on that 30th day. We do it with taxes. We do it with shit we supposed to do with our ladies. We do it with everything, bro. It's like, unless we want to get to it.
Yeah.
So I'm learning to change the conversation that I'm having with myself about myself as it relates to how I show up and the cons. Because the cons feel like there's to try to fix the con, I feel like in a way is to try to fix yourself.
Right.
And to fix yourself would imply that you're broken.
True.
And if you're perfect just the way that you are, why are we trying to fix some shit?
These kind of relationships that get disturbed when we don't take the time to know what it is to sing, to know how to get close to the mic again, or to get something. Singing doesn't make it happen, or maybe.
That's not how people work, man. Because it's gonna be someone who will come in and challenge all of that, and that's what I like. It's gonna be someone that's gonna challenge all of that, and so I'm gonna give you an example, and I've told her this. Avery Sunshine, right? Mm-hmm. Love her to death. Working for a long time, 2009. We've been, we're family. It was a situation. I was in New York. Like, work, did the job, everything, finessing, trying to, She cussed me out. Said I was a grown man, figure this shit out. Gave me my pay, figure this shit out. And then took me off the leash for a bit. Let me think about it, let it marinate, and I thought about it, how crazy that was, that I'm still trying to finesse. And everybody's not gonna play that game with you. Everybody's not gonna play that game, and so I said, wow, I needed that. Mm-hmm. Took me off the leash, didn't cut me loose, but she fed me with a long handle spoon. And then, of course, we back, and we weren't never gone, but it's just, was able to talk about it, and I was able to tell her, hey, I appreciate that. I needed that kick in the ass. And she was like, no, that's not a kick in the ass, that's love. Because if I didn't care, then I would just cut you loose. But I love and care about you and respect what you bring and the value. So that's why I said what I said. And she was absolutely correct. I wasn't a 12-year-old kid, I wasn't a 20-year-old dude, I was a grown-ass man. And people are not gonna play this game, so those cons, those things that you trying to work through, some people are not gonna accept that. And if you wanna be around and be with them, then you're gonna have to step it up. You're gonna have to tighten up.
So how many times did she say it?
Once.
And that was it?
That's it. That was it.
Because you wanted to change.
Yeah. And I absolutely value her and valued her opinion on what was happening. And I had to self-assess and say, you were trying to finesse. You were trying to do some bullshit, and you didn't think you was gonna get caught, but you got caught.
So a part of that, I feel, is acknowledging the reality, the truth of the matter. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes the acceptance of the truth of the matter is what kind of leads to the shift in the behavior and doing something different. I'll give you a prime example, man. My wife is the only woman, I'll just stick to women because I can't think of a man now, at least from my recollection, who basically told me that I didn't have to change, bro. Now, she wasn't saying I didn't have to change, right? But what I heard her say is the person, the core, the essence of who you are is enough. And every woman that I had before was in my ear with shit. I was already engaging in behavior that I knew was validating a deep down belief that I had about myself. Never gonna give my all because I never feel like I'm enough. And the fear of rejection, the fear of not being enough, and the reality of not ever showing up and giving your all is only validating and confirming this feeling that you're gonna lose in everything, right? And so she actually put me in the best position to be my best self by acknowledging that who I am was good enough. Now, through that is when I actually saw the shit that I needed, that I wanted to change. And then I started to do the work because before I had all of these other things that I was fighting. As opposed to, you know, like when you're a kid and the parents see the kid acting out, they just say, leave the motherfucker alone. Let him wild out. Let him go do his thing. He gonna get tired. Well, it's like you shadow boxing. Right. Yeah, I'm not here to fight you. Right. I'm a friend. And then you just get tired and you be like, damn, now I'm left with me. And sometimes that reality, the love that people around us, I feel, extend, all possess the ability to lead us to the truth of ourselves. So Avery, that was love. Other relationships can lead in different ways. And I think it just depends on how you need to be loved is a reflection of where you are, like in your awareness of self in a way.
But my thing is like, not necessarily surround myself, but I need to surround myself, or I want to, because I'm not, I don't have a big entourage, I don't have a whole bunch of friends like that, but whoever they are, I need them to be truth tellers.
Yeah.
Right? If I had two, I need them to be telling you full of shit, man. Come on, man. Like, stop this shit, man, to do this. And then, look what we eating, right? Like, that type, like, for real, like, give it to me, and then we still, like, it ain't no, we cool, and, you know, I'm gonna go through the motions with you, and I'm your friend, but I ain't really your friend. I'm just, like, floating around, and it's, the friend dust. No, I need you to be a friend. Yeah. Hey, bro, listen, you
need the soil,
bro. Like, what's up? You said you wasn't gonna drink sodas. It's like your third soda. Stop. You know, that like straight up stuff, man. I see your bullshit, bro. Like, stop. Like, I need that type of person, right? I had enough for the, as alluded to the first time, like the plate, just around, just to, they see you with folks, and that's what they only attracted to you because they see you with folks. Mm-hmm. But when you're not around them, phone don't ring. That stuff they ain't checking on you, or how's your mental, or how your mama, or how you. What's going on with your family? It's the next call is, oh, so-and-so in town, you doing that? But I ain't talking to you in 2.5 weeks, bro. Like, so I need intentional truth tellers around me. I need that Avery, that person's gonna say, look, man, get your shit together, bro. Love you, but get your shit together. I see this dumb shit. Yeah. Let's get it. And we all have it, right? So that's what I need. And so right now, that's what I have. And I mean, a handful of them, but that's what I have. I don't want the fluff and shit. That shit is over with. Like, when I was 20-something years old and 30, and I thought you liked me for me, and I liked you, and all that shit is over with. I need true folks that's gonna give it to me how I need it to be. I want to be able to do the same with them, and it not be an issue, not be an argument. Say, hey man, I see you with this dumb shit. Let's get it right.
And there is an opposite side of that truth, though, too, because a part of the truth, Tony, is, bro, it's all in our hands. And I'm going to tell you when I tell you, but at the end of the day, you know and I know that there's these voices in our heads. So I want to speak to the voice. Because most of the time, one of the things, I was tearing up this morning, bro, when I was editing this clip for you. And I was writing it. the thing that I was gonna put in there. Because when I see you, I see me in like this way. We're so much closer than we give ourselves credit for. And you can't tell somebody that. It's like it's not a conclusion that you will arrive necessarily with words. Like we plant seeds in each other and we, and life waters them and love waters them and all of that. But when it finally lands, like life events, I feel like have to happen for people to get it. And the proximity and the love and the friendship is the connection that you maintain to move through life so you can witness people get it like on their own. But when I hear you talk about your dad, bro, and the validation, I don't even know what I could tell you to see like how it's like the equivalent of like the answer being that damn remote. It's right there, but it's in your lap. And it's hard to articulate some of those things. And how I will share that truth will be in a million different ways, but it will only be until you're really ready to see it that you'll see it. And then that is our point, I feel, when like change happens, because there's an awareness that just cracks open in us and be like, oh, I don't need that approval, or I need it and it's okay that I don't get it. Because like right now, I feel like it's like even with me and my moms, bro, there are things that I want that I can't get, and I'm acknowledging that I can't get it, but I still want it at the same time. And there's a way that both of those things can occupy the same space. Yeah. And I don't have to kill the feeling. Right. I can just figure out a way to integrate it to where it makes sense and I carry it differently.
Hit it exactly on the head. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how I feel. Like I tell people, like I'm not bashing him. Again, I don't hate him. I love LOVE, adore him, right? To the core. That's my hero. That's my guy. It's just that one piece. But I still thrive, live, move around. And he actually is helping me more than he's hurting me, because of what I did not get. I'm actually able to plant those seeds into everyone that I care about, or a person that I see in need, right? I give it to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I do. Like today, I'm not even gonna toot my horn. I was in Laurel. I stopped in Laurel, right, to eat. And I have a thing about elders, women or men eating by themselves. So I'm sitting there at a table, the lady's sitting at a table. I'm eating, she's eating. So when the waitress came, I said, hey, I'm gonna take care of the elder. What? I said, I wanna take care of the elder. That's just something that I do, right? And she's like, I don't know, I don't talk to her, like, I ain't waiting in the parking lot to have her come get me the validation of, hey, baby,
yeah.
That's God's
feels good, yep.
And I leave, and that made me feel good to do that, right? So those things that I don't get, it drives me to give that love and appreciation and see people, right, and give them that. So James is, my father, he's doing his thing. Like I said, I love him, but just the 1% I want really people to understand that piece that I'm talking about is just a truth.
Yeah.
However, like you said, it occupies the same space with me loving, caring, committing myself to others.
Yeah.
And so if I do get it, I get it. If I don't get it, I'm good with the fact that he has his own truth, right, that he has to maneuver through, and I may not.
Yeah.
Right? But since we're talking about it, we're talking about it. Yeah. That's just really, where I am with that, to let people know that, it's like you just said, it can be the same. That's my motivating factor, is to spread the love and the light to people to give what I didn't get.
How much longer you think you're gonna be doing the security work?
I don't know, man. I feel like I'm still just starting, man.
Word?
I ain't lying. 31 years. I feel like I'm like really just getting started. Cause so now I'm a mature guy now. So it's just different. And the folks that I'm with are maturing and changing and growing, families. And it's just a different level of protection now, because I'm allowing them to do their jobs. However, I'm nurturing sons and daughters, protecting sons, daughters, wives, fiancés, girlfriends, right? It's different. When we first started, it was just us. We on tour, we laughing and giggling and sniggling and trying to get girls, right? And now it's family men. The whole band is family men and, you know, stuff like that. So it's just a mature step. And in my heart, like I don't see me stopping anytime soon. But I do want to start teaching it. But you can't teach body. I can teach you the mechanics of it, but I can't teach you the heart and integrity of it. I can't. Either you have it or you don't. And bodyguards are the true body, like the bodyguard. That's why it's when people laugh and say, I'm not a bouncer, I'm not. I am a bodyguard. It's two totally different things. And it comes with a set of skills that the bouncers or a lot of folks don't have. And it's not even that you're a bodyguard with the skills, it's just the person. That person has to have these particular skills to be able to translate it to bodyguarding people and serving people and securing people.
So when you said that I'm not a bouncer, were people calling you a bouncer and you had to keep saying it all the time?
Yes. I'm literally standing by an artist that you just paid to see, and you saying, you bounce for this person, you bounce for that person. I'm like, bro, it's not the club. This is, we're at the Dakota in Minneapolis. We're at Yoshi's in Oakland, man. We're in the Birchmere, bro. We're in Rams Head. Like, I'm standing in front of a door. I ain't standing in front of the door. I'm standing in front of their door. I'm walking with them. Bouncers don't do that, right? I'm talking to you. I'm being the middleman between my artist and you, right? I'm being personable. I'm smiling and saying, what's your name? Oh, Lisa. Okay, Lisa. Well, he's not signing today. She's not signing today, but da 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 da. Well, can you give her this is stuff? I'm being that guy. Bouncers don't do that.
Okay.
Time club closed, got to go. And I was one of them too early on in the game, but it's a different thing. It's smash and grab. It's let me get out of the club. He got to go. Like you point him out, he got to go. But that's not what this is. I am not a bouncer, right? So there's people. It's two totally different jobs, man.
So when I asked you on the first conversation who you are, you said you're Brenda's son, James's son of Alexandria, Virginia. You referenced a little boy. When you saw that, did you feel like that perfectly encapsulates it, or is there anything else that was it?
That was that young dude, only child, trying to navigate without a cheat sheet, right? Step outside, meet new people. Is that kid, right? And so, I wasn't sheltered, but I was a lot of stuff that I didn't know about once I hit the streets. Once I was able to get in junior high school, I'm like, oh, I ain't know people doing like that. So it's different. And I didn't have no siblings that would come in the house and say, oh, such and such and such, so I could gauge what was the trend or what wasn't the trend or what was cool and what wasn't cool or who was cool or where not to go. So I'm stepping out just, doing me. And so I was that scared little dude. Had a great friend base. My friends, we were solid, but it's different. I really, that's it. It was right there, dead on. Yeah.
Do you spend most of your time thinking about the present, past, or the future?
Future.
You said that quickly.
Yeah, future, man. I can't, a pastor told me one time, he said, that's why your rear view is smaller than, you know what I mean? Because what you looking back there for?
Okay.
Right? So that just fuels and motivates you, and you win, you learn, you never lose. And you just take that stuff and you keep it moving, man. Because me living back there ain't gonna do nothing. Me being a gangster back then ain't gonna do nothing. Me knocking people out back in the day ain't gonna do it. Me throwing you out the club, what's that gonna do for me right now? As a 54-year-old dude trying to gracefully get up. Like I tell people, the sun is setting on me, right? I'm trying to give somebody some light so they can see how to navigate through this. And when I worked in the juvenile detention centers, I should tell the boys, man, like, ask me, you play PlayStation? Like, yeah, I play PlayStation, da-da-da. I'm like, man, if I gave you a cheat sheet, would you use it? They'd be like, hell yeah, I'll use it. I said, well, I'm gonna give you the cheat sheet to life. I need y'all to use it. Because I'm an officer sitting here having a conversation with you in this uniform, right? You see me as the police. I'm a grown black man who has been through some of the stuff that you guys are going through. So I definitely know what's happening. Don't go left, go that way. But developmentally, they're gonna do what they wanna do. But I also am the one who gets the letters, the phone calls, when they get home, or when they see somebody that worked with me in the street or at the barbershop, some say, hey, Paulk still such and such, because they remember. I'm talking about these dudes getting years, right? And coming back into the street saying, looking for me, saying, man, where Paulk at? Did you seen him? Because I gave him that, right? So
what did you do? You were like a officer and like a
CO, correctional officer in the Juvenile Detention Center for youth in DC, our DC kids. So I was there for 20 years.
Word.
Yeah, and I've always served that population. So before I came to DC, I was in Alexandria working in Northern Virginia doing the same thing.
What do you think the biggest challenge is that our kids are facing, or that the kids that you worked with in their face?
Identity, their own, having their own identity, sense of self, their peer influence, what's cool, what's not, and just those, they have the Maslow, right, the hierarchy of needs, right. So just being just their basic,
base level,
food, shelter, safety, which allows them to stay away from the negative peer group. That's what's missing. But then when you're trying to emulate Chicago, and you're trying to emulate LA, and you know DC doesn't, you can come to DC and you'll see and hear all kind. You'll think you're in the Midwest.
Yeah. No
cap, slime, all that. At one point DC had its own little lane, and you knew you were from DC because you had little stuff. But now these kids are different, man. I mean, killers, no remorse, don't care. Free me. You done killed 13 people. Free me. How many mean? Free me, right? Don't snitch.
Yeah.
What happens if somebody kill your folks? Well, I'm gonna kill them. Oh, okay. That mentality, right? It's hard to break through. And then you get the kids, the young men and women who want to do well. They want to excel, but they'd have to get out of their community.
They got to break.
Because you being a smart guy or a smart girl in the community ain't gonna get you nowhere. You end up dying because, you think you're better than me? Or you think you're such and such and such? Or that peer influence will pull you back to the negative. Because how you gonna hang in a neighborhood and you got a 3.5 and you go to school every day and you unless you got a brother or sister, somebody hold a high regard that's kind of afraid.
Yeah.
Other than that, you gotta get in where you fit in.
It's a war zone, man, in a lot of instances. And sometimes if you don't adapt, it's hard.
Yeah. And so that's what I try to get to young men and women. And it's hard for change. Because developmentally, even when I was young, you tell me that's hot. Oh, it ain't hot. I touch because you burn yourself. I ain't gonna burn myself. Don't run across there. You get hit by a car. Man, I ain't hit by a car because I go left, you go right. It's just that's the mentality. That mentality at that age, and just seeing how they bump their head against the wall. Like, bro, DC's recidivism is so high.
Oh, word.
It's kids. You know what I mean? They've been at your group home. They've been in there with me. They've been over there. This person. They've been in that school. Got kicked out of that school. Went to that school. So everybody in the city has touched this same kid. And so just trying to reach them, and then the politics, right, come into play. And you got people who are here who don't really, they getting the dollars, but they don't know what's going on down there. They don't care, right?
Yeah.
So work you to death. You just a number. You just a person. They need, don't care. So it's that. So I'm absolutely glad I'm out of that, and I'm in an environment now where I can really get it off.
So you mentioned cheat codes to the kids, and I think there's a cheat code to the family structure too. And I think having a mother, a father, and like a stable emotional and physical structure there is a part of the cheat code that at least sets the kid up.
That's what people think.
You don't think so?
No, because I'm dad. You know what I'm saying? I'm dad.
You didn't have your mother and father?
Right, but what am I talking to you about?
So,
you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
But what I'm hearing you say two things, brother, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm hearing you say that you got a lot, but there were some things that you needed.
Right.
And as a result of not getting certain things that you needed, you acquire some other things that have helped you be a better version of Tony Paulk.
Yes.
So when I hear you say that, I'm hearing you acknowledge the good and the bad that comes from having both parents, and how combined those two things made a dope motherfucker.
I appreciate that.
That's what I'm hearing. So you did have the cheat code. Are we agreed on that?
Oh, I agree.
Okay. So when you go to a kid and who doesn't have the family cheat code, because I'm the kid that didn't have the family cheat code, but I still got the fucking cheat code. Because here's the thing and that's why I was asking. So like, I feel like there's a family cheat code that people like me don't get and still end up finding the cheat code, but you just need the path. And then there are other kids who you're talking to in the school who don't have the family cheat code, and you're offering them a cheat code.
Right. Their personal
cheat code.
Way to get to where they need to get.
What is that cheat code?
Man, you self-mastery, man. You have to know that you don't have that. And essentially, what is it that you want to achieve for yourself? Right? Are you going to follow the path of my uncles and everybody go to jail? Or are you going to follow the path of, man, I'm going to go take this school work seriously, be gainfully employed, or my own business, right? Or military, right? I'm going to stay out of the fray. I'm not going to become a statistic, right? I'm not going to be that. That's the personal thing I'm trying to tell them. You can go right or left and do what you want, but I'm saying if you stay right here in the middle in a lane, and you can circumvent all that, and you can change your family by them seeing you, hopefully can change one or two people in the family by saying, well, look at him, he's doing this, he's staying straight and narrow, so we can do it too, or their child can do it too, right? Try to keep it there, because not having a family, nothing I can do about the family piece. That's gone. But you personally, I can talk to you about that perseverance, because I've had to deal with it even though I had two parents. I've still had to navigate through on my own, per se, without what I didn't have, and make it. And so that's what I got to give to them.
What I liked about what you said, aside from all of it, by the way, what I really liked is the piece where you said, you got to know what you don't got. Like, that's a big, like, and it's almost like being honest to, like in your mind, to be clean about your situation. Because so much of what I felt I was doing when I was younger was lying to myself. But I felt like I needed to do that in order to make it through. And then after a while, you're like, hold on, man, I've been lying to myself for too goddamn long. Let me be real about this. I need help.
Yep. And that comes with, like I said, living.
Yeah.
When they say life is life, and when that comes, I did the same thing, man. Mask my way through, man. Laugh, giggle, my way through. Man, you got two parents. Man, you got two parents. Man, your father, da 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 da. Yep. Yep. Doing the whole truck. Keep it sweet. But I knew, and so finally, when the breakthrough breaks through, you just, you make a way.
Ain't it wild how we always want what we don't have, bro?
But I learned to not do that, though. I learned to not do that pre this social media stuff, man. Because what's for me is for me, man. Because you don't know what comes with that for that person, right? I remember back in the day, I wanted that big body 6 Series Benz, that all black cream, be a Jamaican, right? With this big Benz, but yeah, the gas, right? The maintenance, the tires, all that. I didn't have that. It looked cute until it break down, and then you gotta pay for it, right? So like, yeah, I wanted it, but then I was like, oh yeah, no, I know that. I think that's a monster right there. Let me get this Honda or this, this Ford right here, this Crown Vic, American made joint, so I can go to Track Auto. Right, I'm dating myself, but Track Auto to get the parts, right? You know what I mean? So it's like,
we had Western Auto in the Midwest.
You see that stuff until you like, yeah, they water bill probably high as shit too. Like 18 batch, okay, yep, light bill. No.
So I wanted my dad, bro. And I low key judged other people who had their mother. I wanted, and I almost kind of gave and created stories in my mind that they had a better situation.
Listen, I'm telling you, that's what I battled. They would see us moving around and I might have a little complaint or something. Man, nigga, you got both your parents. So I can't let the cat out the bag. And I'm like, you right. But I was like, nigga, you just don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. Right? So I've had to deal with that as well, right? People say, you got two parents. Like, oh, okay.
When you think, you said you look in the future a lot. You look to the future. When you think about your future, man, what do you see?
Man, I just want to, at some point, I just want to be a type of mentor or in some type of position where I can help, still help people, children, just make it through. I want to kind of do what we're doing, come and have that conversation and or have a hub where they can come and have these conversations to free themselves or just be armed with the tools to be able to go out and look at stuff differently than they do. So I just want to sit down, man. I've been working like literally all my life, bro, like in survival mode. I want to sit down. I just want to retire fully and just chill, enjoy the kids, just relax, bro.
And that's on top of you saying you just feel like you're getting started with
security.
With the security. So what would you do with that?
I would run. But but Monday through Thursday, I'm chilling. The
I
weekend
got
is
you.
the
I got
jump.
you. I got you.
Know what I mean?
got
So
you.
it's like I'd be chilling unless we had something during the week. But other than that, the weekend would be my jump, and then the rest of the time I'm just chilling, like I did this summer. Right? I was just chilling.
Do you think that so that is a need? One of the things we'll talk about my personal life, childhood, growing up, but I have a lot of life experiences that I feel can position me to connect with young people. I'll just say that. Especially the ones who out here doing a bunch of shit. So I know they need it. But I haven't always known how to tap into that piece or even establish something to do what it is that you're describing when you look at your future. And I'd be very interested in knowing more about that. I'll just say that.
Gotta work through it, see how it's gonna work. That's why my position that I'm at in High Point right now, North Carolina, working at a school suspension teacher. And so it allows me to counsel more, right? I can't physically touch you, I can't harm you, I can't do anything to you but talk. And so when you come to me and you have gripes and concerns and complaints, and I'm seeing your patterns, right? I'm able to plug into your patterns. Say, man, I see you, man. You walk the halls all day. What's happening? Can you read? Man, go ahead with that shit. I'm like, no, for real. I'm asking you because I will help you, right? Can you read a little bit? We start. I'm gonna bring this book. We're gonna read a little bit, right? Those little things. See the young ladies, going at it. Like, what's up with you? Where's your father at? He in jail. Okay, cool. Well, what's up with the anger? What's up with the animosity? Oh, that bitch. She just relax. That's a teacher. It's a grown woman, right? So I end up having to bridge gaps between the teachers and the kids because a lot of the women or the folks, I can talk for me, they don't look like us.
Gotcha.
Right? So it's gonna be a level of tolerance that ain't really a level of tolerance, right? Do what I said, do.
Yeah.
Or that.
You connected to the energy of them young people.
Energy is what they're feeding off of. They know the work. It's just how you said it. And that's where you got, people got to understand these kids ain't, man, sit the fuck down. Oh, right. Like now it's a whole thing. Right? Hey man, have a seat. I'd like you to have a seat, please. Right? Those things. If they don't, then you still just circle back. It's just now you have to be able to have a little bit of patience. And because the rules are, that school rules, nah. I'm a proponent for sitting them down and allowing them to create the norms, not rules, right? There's norms. This is what we do.
Yeah.
Don't talk about what we don't do. This is what we do. And let them, so if you go against what we said this, not me. I didn't make the rules of the classroom. We made the rules of the classroom. So if you go against that, then you go against yourself.
Going against yourself.
So those are the type of things that I'm on with these youngsters to get in, to buy in, stuff like that. You said this. I didn't say that. Right? Well, we are going to come up. Like you said, we didn't mic up, right? I mic'd up. You didn't mic, because we're in this together. Because guess what? I lose when I can't get the first podcast off.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's the same thought process.
Is there anything you struggling with now?
Struggling? No, I just I can't say struggling, but I do have. I don't think I didn't tell you this, but I have a lot of loss in my life. Period. So I've lost a young man who I mentored and coached on my job. Almost 19 years, right? Just lost him. He passed away, right? And others, kids, adults, people that are very, 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 very close to me. Just lost another friend of mine that I grew up with, actually, and he used to give me rides to Virginia State and the whole nine. He just passed. So it's all piled up. So what I'm trying to do is I'm actively looking for a counselor, a therapist to navigate through the loss, because I don't know how that is affecting me. You know, some people know that I'm lost because I eat because of this and I do this because of this. I don't know what is going on because of the loss. I don't have any bandwidth for that anymore. So if somebody passes away, even though my God bless his soul, Keith just passed away, I can't cry a tear because I don't have it. And that's my guy. I just physically don't connect to it. And so I'm trying to get a therapist that can connect me to all that kind of stuff, purge it, put it in its proper place, and then see the results. Because I don't know how it's affecting me physically, mentally. I don't know. I really don't. And that's what I'm struggling with, since you use that word. You're trying to find that outlet. So that's where I am with that.
I feel like in your mind, like when you start to, I feel like there's like in my mind, I'm hearing these like something short circuits, like in a way, like there's something on the other side that you just can't get.
It's there. I mean, it's there. I mean, I'm a lot of laws. Like, if people look at my social media, man, I know they were like, "Golly, man, this dude."
I saw that. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like a lot, and it's compounded by like years of loss, and it just keeps piling up, and I have no connection to it. I'm at funerals, I ain't crying. You know, I ain't none of that. But I'm there because that's my guy, my girl. But I'm not connected to it. You know, my body's not reacting to that stuff. So it's easy for people to think that I'm okay. But that's why I say you have to ask, you know, your strong friends, man. Like, are you okay, man? I see, you know, because it's not normal to see that type of loss. Somebody just running around, just cool, just having it up. No, it's something. But yeah.
How often do you sit still, man?
Recently, a lot now. It looks like I run a lot, but I don't. I'm in the house Monday through Thursday. I'm home.
Okay.
The weekend is, like I said, I'm usually rolling. But Monday through Thursday, I'm done. Now, my old job, it would be 16-hour shifts, on top of shift after shift, take off, do the shows, get back, do the doubles, all that kind of stuff. But now, since I'm working in the school system, no weekends, no holidays, I know when I'm getting off. I don't have to do doubles. Now I can just get off and just sit down and relax.
I got some folks I could hook you up with.
Please. I'm really, really struggling with that piece. I need to get that because I want to know how it's affecting me, because I have no feeling, like none. I don't connect to any of it. And I'm talking about, these are people who are my people. Like, I should be balled up on the floor crying about these folks. I don't.
That's very. It definitely says something, I guess. But to your point, you're like, what the fuck does it say? Because you.
Yeah, I don't. Literally just saw, when I saw my man post, they posted that Rashad. I was like, Keith? Yeah, he passed my, like, that's my guy. And they said, yeah, he told me y'all used to ride, go to school together. He said, yeah, that's my guy, right? So, you know, that's another one. You know, so I'm just trying to get that out.
Okay.
And just that I'm excited to see what I will look like after that, because I know it's a weight, but I don't feel the weight, but I know there's no way in the world this person could suffer that much loss, personally and professionally, and it not affect them.
When the last time you cried?
Man, I cry almost every day, bro.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh man, I get it out, bro.
What typically makes you cry, bro?
Just thinking about where I want to be, where I used to be, Yeah, man, it's just that emotion, it just come out.
Okay.
And so when I drive, like, man, you can drive from North Carolina? Yeah, because that allows me to put that playlist on, stretch it, driving, I'm thinking, I'm processing, I'm tearing, I'm just thanking my ancestors, man, my elders, man, just people that come into my life, man. I'm thanking them for all these different experiences that I had, man, and I get emotional because at the end of the day, I'm truly blessed, for real. Like, I'm really, really, truly blessed to be that God has put me in a position and allowed me to be in a position that I'm in right now. Like, really doing what I dream to do is be around music, secure people that I respect, travel, eat good food, take care of family, take care of friends, meet good people, right? That's all I wanted to do. That's all I wanted to do. And so I'm doing it right now, mentoring and teaching and giving of self. That's all I want to do. So I'm there. So that's what brings me to tears. On top of some of the loss and stuff that, and then two, comes to a point where I may make people feel uncomfortable because I'm gonna tell you I love you, because I don't know if I'm gonna see tomorrow. I don't know if you're gonna see tomorrow. So I know that if I say that to you, you know it. Whether you believe it or not, I'm going, hey man, I love you, bro. You can't say that I never told you that. You can't, and I can't say, man, James, what's the dude, man? I never got a chance to, because I've done it so many times before and thought tomorrow was gonna be tomorrow and get that phone call.
But no tomorrow for
and
them.
There wasn't no tomorrow. And I'm like, damn, I ain't tell my man I love him. So now, well, I started that years ago. Hey man, I love you, bro.
Yeah.
I love you, bro. I love you. Look, I love you, bro. I'm on phone. Text. I love you, bro. I see on my pages, man. I love you, bro. I don't care what those people think about what I say. I'm dead ass because it's a race to fucking post pictures and shit when they pass.
Yeah.
This I loved him most post shit, man. Fuck that. You can go back and see. I've been loving this dude since. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if we got to deal with Facebook, Instagram, hell, I've been loving him since he's been on Instagram, but I've been loving him before that. But I'm saying, I'm putting it out there for you to physically see, hey man, I love you, brother. I love you, sister.
It ain't performative. Like,
performance ain't no wait till he passed and I jump up there and now I'm pulling out the whole Rolodex of pictures and shit that we did. No man, I love you, bro.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's where I'm at with that, man. I can't play games with that stuff because nothing is promised, man.
You used a word in the beginning, bro. Liberation.
Yes.
Never thought about it like that.
You feel bound, man, when you're mentally and physically like not in a space. You just don't, you can't be your true authentic self. You can't. And then all of a sudden it's a breakthrough. Life starts life and you break through. Man, that's liberating. Like you now, like that first podcast was so liberating for me. Because like I said, I had never talked about that. Like never talked about that except for like to a couple of friends of mine. And that was more of a vent than it was like a talk. Right, and they understood, but I'm saying it's different when you liberate yourself and you know it's going to go beyond these two ears, these two people that are hearing this, that it's going to go and maybe affect some folks. So like when we talked about the responses, like that's the check, that's the reward. And it also brings me back to the fact, like you said, that we are all the same, mostly the same. We're not that much different. Although I'm a bodyguard and I do celebrity, man, I'm like I said, I'm that little dude, man, looking for acceptance to be acknowledged and seen and heard, man. That's a job. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? But the liberation part is necessary.
And when you said that, I'll be honest, on my side, and how do I say this? Because what I felt was liberating was the fact that you just fucking said it. And I was reminded that sometimes you don't say shit because you're trying to fix something. You're saying it just to say it, to get it out. Like it takes on a different form when it goes from here out. And there was something about watching you say it. Because when I was present when you said it, I thought my interpretation of you saying, oh, he's saying this because he wants to fix it. But when I went back and started editing, I was like, oh no, I don't feel like he's trying to fix it. I feel like he's just trying to acknowledge a part of who he is and being 100 about that. And I was like, that's fucking dope. That's liberating. Now, whether or not anybody else, and it gave me, you set the example of what liberation can be for myself, which is to accept, bro. Because we're hiding, we're projecting, we're doing all of this shit and putting on the mask, we're doing all of this shit to manage some unmet need. When most of the neglect, bro, is to ourselves. And that's fucking wild. To think that I can wake up every day and hold other people accountable for neglecting me and forget that I am the number one offender.
Yeah, it's I was talking to somebody about, you're talking personalities, right? Like, oh, this person always tell you how they feel. They up front. They da 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 da. I said, that's a safety mechanism, man. That ain't courage, man. That's fear, bruh. Anybody that always come at you and I tell you what the fuck I want, I say what I want, da 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 da. That's a fear tactic, bro. They scared to death inside, man. That just keeps you the fuck away from them. That just keeps you from digging and saying, man, what's truly going on with you, sweetie? What's really going on with you, bruh? That gangster shit, all that's a facade. Ain't nobody walking around like that. You don't kiss your mama like that. You don't hug your kids with that. You don't deal with your loved ones like that, right? So that ain't, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's both extremes. It's like you're abusing yourself on both ends. You got to find that middle ground where you know that that's an issue, it's a concern. You got guards, and you know there's an issue on this end, and you got some stuff that you don't really want everybody to know, but you got to get in the middle of it and kind of start trying to get that stuff off and work through that stuff instead of being so extreme where nobody wants to help you, or so humble that nobody knows that you need the help. You got to be right there in the middle, and that's what I think about, when I say liberation and just, I like to just getting it out.
And
because people are helping me, right? When they responded to the clips, shit, they helping me. Yeah. Because I'm like, oh shit, I didn't, okay, I'm good. And now I'm good because you feel like you're on an island by yourself. And you see somebody else say, no, that's 100,000% me. That right there was a total validation. Like I said, peers of people that I respect, talk to Terrell on the phone and just preach. Like that was so cool. You know what I mean? Like Terrence responded to the stuff, right? Just giving me, it's just, bro, that's what I needed to move forward and know that we doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Because that tough gangster stuff, that ain't, what is it? It has done nothing for me, clearly, because I'm sitting here now as a 54-year-old grown man talking about stuff that's happened to me when I was 10 and 11 years old, right? So they can drop, I'm letting you know right now, you can drop all the gangster shit, all the gangster girl shit, get into yourself, tap into yourself, find somebody to talk to, and get it up off you, man. Help somebody get through it, because somebody else is doing it, living the same way you living, man. You might as well get it off and just teach and live your life, bro.
Like I said in the beginning, bro, I struggle with that. I try to act like I don't need something that I need, because to need it in my mind is a sign of like inadequacy.
Okay. What's wrong with inadequacy though?
I know, right? There's nothing wrong with it. And I think what I'm learning in my marriage is that you don't say it.
There we go.
appreciate that. The liberation isn't just saying it. And the whatever it is, it's gonna be.